Hey, hi again. Here, Anita from Arogya Vritti. There is a lot of talk about immunity and why people have to be healthy to not get ill, and so many things about health and being fit in all the seasons. Winter is here, and one of the most crucial thing what a person finds in winter is how to be healthy even in winter when you have lot of cold, cough, and fever, and your immune system has dropped drastically. You will be looking for something to stay healthy, isn't it? So, what exactly keeps you healthy, keeps you fit, and makes sure that you don't fall ill, you don't have cold, fever, or any kind of infections throughout the year or throughout any season? Whatever food you eat determines how healthy you can be. How your immune system works depends on what you eat and how you eat. Because when the food goes into your gut has the power to keep you healthy, keep you fit against any kind of invasion from bacterial invasion or any kind of foreign invasion or internal invasion also. So ultimately, there is always a saying, you are what you eat. But now there is a new concept which says that you are what you absorb. Why do they say that you are what you observe? Because everyone eats food, but where is the food going and where are the nutrients in the food getting absorbed? We need to know that. And if it is not getting absorbed, why it is not getting absorbed? It might be because the person is overeating, or he is eating with a lot of stress. And what happens when the food is eaten very regularly, you don't give a gap between food, the acid level in your stomach, which helps in cutting down the food, gets diluted. That is when the food remains in the stomach for a very long time, and it starts rotting, and all those gases and all are released in the stomach. That is when the person feels bloated, or there is uneasiness in him, and there are a lot of differences because of food staying in the stomach for a very long time, not being digested well. So one of the thing what he or she can do is, he or she should not eat very often. You give a break in between the two meals. When I say break, it should be a break. Usually many people, what they do is, in between there are small little snacks, a little bit of peanut, or a juice, or some fruit, half fruit, a little bit of fruit. Not even a small piece of fruit is allowed when there is a break. Okay, so when you give the stomach the time to digest whatever has been eaten in the morning, it will get enough amount of time to recover, or bring up the acid level again and be ready for the next meal. Okay, so next is, we have come and we have finished the part near the acid. When the food gets moved from the stomach to the small intestine, there are many features which contribute in absorption. One of the major thing is your gut bacteria. So what are these gut bacteria or microbiome everyone is talking about? These are the healthy bacteria which help in determining whether the food is absorbed in your body correctly or not. So when the bacteria is not able to absorb these minerals or any kind of nutrients which the body is getting, then it will not go to your system in a right way. Because ultimately, we human beings are not able to take these minerals directly. It has to be passed on from the bacteria to the human system. So you give a system or a environment or a place for the bacterial growth in your gut, then it makes sure that the food is correctly absorbed, it is correctly digested, and this will facilitate later for various functions to be running very smoothly in your system. So ultimately, we have to make sure that the gut bacterial growth, the colonization in the gut is very good, and what one should do for healthy bacterial growth in the body. You have to give a good food, because even bacteria has life, so even bacteria survives on food, isn't it? So you give good food to the bacteria, its favorite food, and they will thrive in that environment. So what is the good food for the bacterial growth? Good bacterial growth, not the bad bacterial growth. The good bacteria usually loves eating green leaves, green leafy vegetables, and anything which is rich in plant proteins, plant phytonutrients, plant based food. So, these gut bacteria will feed on these plant based food, and then they grow there in the small intestine. They will facilitate the proper absorption of nutrients in the intestinal villi, and your body is ready to, face any kind of situation you get into. Okay, so next part is when the gut bacteria is not able to absorb the good amount of minerals and many other things, it also leads to inflammation in the body. Nowadays, I think most of us will be listening to this inflammation, causes of inflammation, and what all are the things which inflammation leads to in the body, isn't it? So stay tuned for my next episode, which will be exclusively on inflammation. What is inflammation, and why a person gets inflammation, and what are the symptoms of inflammation? What will happen if the inflammation is there in your body for a very long time? Thank you so much.